Revolta not going to see that champion as Rek'Sai is going to follow. Symphony not on that one. Revolta not wanting to pick that one up. And Janna going to follow here as well. So Jockster not going to get that one. And Janna was a bit more of a, I guess, Super Mega Death Rocket magnet than anything else in that last game.
Yeah, the Janna confuses me. Maybe they thought the reason they couldn't engage was because of Janna, but
Janna was helping a lot of the time. So Smurf is probably...
Maybe that's what it was. Yeah. Smurf was like, I would have got a double kill if I wasn't blown over that wall.
Maybe.
It's gone.
Maybe.
Jockster, never again.
Get rid of it. Might mean that Smurf might want to pick up some sort of cannon, maybe. I always see a Janna ban and I think they want to pick cannon. Hell yeah. But, you know, that's me and I'm a bit crazy. Gragas is going to be banned away, though. Revolta not looking to pick that one up first. We'll see what he's going to go with here. As
a lot of jungle bans have hit the bench. Lee Sin, Rek'Sai, Gragas really leaves like Zac and Sejuani available of current popular junglers to be taken onto the Rift.
And is Zac really a popular jungler?
Yeah, I think he is.
All right. Haven't seen him yet so far in this tournament, that's all.
Well, he's like the third best.
They often are able to pick up the first two.
Yeah,
that's a good point. Nunu's also floating around there as far as these powerful junglers on this patch are concerned, but Nunu sort of belongs in a comp that sort of suits having a Nunu as well.
Nunu is like just always a strong jungler. It's whether you can build an apt composition around him. So
yeah,
I don't think there's been a patch where you're like, Nunu is no longer good in the jungle because he just does so much. As we have Maokai as well as a Lulu being picked up here.
Yeah, so taking away the Maokai from Yang, that was definitely a linchpin of their team comp, and we were saying that before they lacked Engage. Twisted Advance pretty good at that.
Yeah, exactly right. Flash, Twisted Advance, Wild Growth, you have Engage. Hard Random have learned from the last game. Also very hard to play a Kog'Maw into a Maokai because he just sticks to you so incredibly well.
Yeah.
So we'll see whether that is going to be the response. Whoa. And Revolta hovering and Elise.
I would love to see this. More early pressure to come through from our Brazilian lineup. And, well, Udyr might be able to fill the same niche. We'll see. But I would love to see the Elise.
Yeah, so Alicia's kind of...
Oh, wow.
LeBlanc getting through for Tokas as well, not being banned away this time. That Janna ban makes even less sense now.
Yeah.
Coming in.
Far less sense. And, of course, not picking up the LeBlanc for Kira as well, as Revolta is going to head over to the Sejuani, so not going to go for any early pressure. Sejuani sort of wanting to wait until 6, but then does have incredible wombo combo potential, and we'll see what comes through in the top and support roles for INTZ to round this one out. Hard Random do have some decisions to make as far as getting around this one. I would love to see that Varus. Oh my goodness.
So INTZ away from Varus is putting together a very good hard engage comp as well. They've got the Sivir speed up, they've got the ultimate to come through from Sejuani, and then a heck of a lot of damage to come through from Tokas. So this looks to be their team fight composition coming through, and we'll have to see how Hard Random respond. Do they just run a team fight comp of their own? And it looks like they are going for the Zac.
And I love that Zac gets picked up as soon as I say, but he hasn't been run this tournament. Of course, now he has. Symphony going to be picking that one up in the jungle. Of course, didn't have the ability to hop on the Rek'Sai. We'll see how he goes on this Zac this time around. INTZ now able to round out their lineup, and we'll see what they pick up because they have some options, and I would love to see a Gnar in this team comp, to be honest.
Yeah, Annie Gnar is what I was thinking as well. We'll see whether they go for it. Nautilus, also not a bad support in heavy engage composition.
Also not a bad top lane.
No, he's a horrible top lane.
He's not that horrible.
No, he is.
Oh, really?
Anyone that relies on building roller on the current patch is not great.
Does he rely on building a roller, though?
Well, how else does he wave clear?
I don't know. Death cap? Okay, but Shyvana is going to be considered here for Yang. Wants to go that teleport smite route and be that obnoxious split pusher. We're getting some head shaking from Spawn here on the other side of the desk.
And it's not at the Shyvana. Shyvana, good pickup. I just want to make that clear. Very good engage coming through the flake potential is there. So a very nice composition once again being put together by INTZ. And do not bring up top Nautilus again.
Why not? You've casted a game with a top Nautilus in it. And it didn't go too badly. I think you're being mean. Demonko, considering a Malzahar, probably not going to be coming through here as they're just considering their options for Kira in the mid lane. We may see something new coming through from him. Of course, Zed has been a pick that he's wanted to go to in the past, but Diana, that speaks to me a little bit here in the mid lane.
Yeah, so Diana is, I guess, it's a hard matchup against LeBlanc, but with the shield, you can throw a couple of extra points in there depending on how the matchup goes and keep yourself reasonably safe and farms well. The thing about Diana, which is kind of cool, is that she turns into a pseudo split pusher / assassin in the mid game with that passive, able to crush down turrets depending on what build you go. I'm a huge fan right now of the Abyssal Scepter into the Luden's Echo into killing everyone in one round. And we'll be able to deal reasonably well with Yang in that build as well, because Yang, of course, is going to do a lot of magic damage. So I think that Kira will be able to actually split push against the Shyvana if Shyvana fulfills a primary split pushing role, but also has the ability to blow up both Macau and Tokas. So I like the pickup coming through here from Howard Random. I think that they're going to struggle a little bit for consistent damage late game, and that INTZ have a much better Wombo combo coming out. But we'll have to see if they can execute on around their assassin mid lane.
Yeah, and if Kira is able to take out one of the damage dealers on the side of INTZ, then there's not going to be a whole lot of damage left over.
There's 3 damage dealers on INTZ. Shyvana does ridiculous amounts of late game damage, especially. So
even when she goes full tank?
Yep.
All right.
Gromp, man. You smite Gromp, and you are like freakishly strong.
Well, yeah, but do you do necessarily freakish amounts of damage?
Well, Lex either auto-attacks you and dies, or runs away and dies. Yes, you do ridiculous amounts of damage as top lane Shyvana.
Okay, well, we'll see whether it works out here as we move on.
You have Flame Breath, you have the Burnout, you are all AoE in your ultimate form. Like, I don't know what you want me to say, but Shyvana is a very legit damage threat.
I just like to see a champion build damage items if they're going to do a ridiculous amount of damage.
Go watch Shy's Contra kill from Game 1 today. You will believe me.
All right, we're talking about the LCK now. Things getting a little bit ridiculous here at the IWCI. But, look, I'd like to see it. We'll see whether it actually comes through as massive damage Shyvana. They're not actually having to build any damage items whatsoever. I just like to see that Shyvana's pick up Blade of the Ruined King.
Yeah, well, Blade of the Ruined King is a legitimate build coming through on Shyvana, but I would prefer full take with a Thornmail just so no one can kill her, as we are onto the Rift for Game 2.
We are on the Rift, ladies and gentlemen. INTZ taking on Hard Random. And we'll see who's able to take this one. Hard Random now with a little bit more engaged coming through in their comp. And INTZ, they're going to leave their support behind, but looking for some more funny business potentially in the enemy jungle.
Yeah, so they got a better off of the level 1. Remember, they blew 2 flashes of Hard Randoms first time around. But they continued it a little bit too far and didn't get much out of it. This time, they have the powerful level 1 support. Nautilus, if he does take the E, is very difficult to deal with because it's extremely spammable now. You see they're going for a deep invade, looking to see maybe if they can get some wards for a lane swap.
Yeah, ward is going to be put down here by Demonco just to have some deeper vision. Symphony heading back to base by the looks of things, which is interesting, but they're making sure that they can detect any form of lane swap. It looks like INTZ don't want to go for the 2v2.
I've got a really big pet peeve right now, Atlas. And it's people starting Q on Diana.
Oh, yeah.
Because it serves 0 purpose. It doesn't shove the wave any better than your W. And it just means that LeBlanc can now 100% zone you away because she is ranged and you are melee. And Kira has done it.
Twice.
2 times.
Out of 2.
Yep.
Yeah. So look, that's just how they do it in the CIS region. Spawn, okay, they've just got different ideas on how to play Diana.
Yeah, they certainly do, and they're incorrect, if that is the case.
All right. Is going to be able to get some sweet harass from range down, though. And has won the damage trade. I don't know whether I believe you, Spawn.
Oh, goodness gracious me. Tokas walks into it. Tokas, you are doing your best.
No, Tokas is listening to the stream and saying, oh, it'd be funny if I proved Spawn wrong here. Thank you very much, Tokas. You're a good guy. Sacrificing your lane just to make me look a little bit more right.
The idea behind taking W, just if you are wondering, is that you just walk into the lane, you get the double proc, you use your passive to shove out level 1, and all of a sudden you're not in this situation where you're caught underneath the turret as a melee against ranged matchup. Because this is a lane swap, there's not really that much gank potential coming through for your team. And just going to take a lot of auto attack harass underneath turrets now. Has Mikau completely zoning away Smurf, but is on Maokai, so should have an alright time at picking up some range CS.
He wasn't able to actually kill any with that last sapling, but Wave is getting shoved, and Tokas is taking a lot of damage from Kira.
Yeah, it certainly is, but is winning out on CS quite heavily currently, so is in a pretty good position still, has nearly got the shove out complete. As we see a deep invade coming through from Symphony, but his duo lands on this side of the map. He's going to be completely fine. Yeah,
did lose his red buff by the looks of things as well as Kira.
Wow, Tokas, you are face taking damage.
For fun.
Right. So now the other thing that I want to mention about Diana is her Q is actually one of the easiest spells to dodge in lane. Team fight's a lot more hectic, so it is a little bit easier to, I guess, miss time where it is. But as soon as you see her throw it out, you just walk down, so into it, and slightly to the right. Because it has a big curve and this big, huge thing in the middle where you cannot get hit by the tip. And there's a 3-man dive coming through into a level 3 Maokai.
Yeah, Smurf in a bit of trouble here as Yang was tanking up the turret. He's going to drop aggro there. Revolta flashes out, and it's a beautiful first blood dive here for INTZ in the top lane.
Yeah, and also you got Kira's teleport as well, so not going to be able to use that to impact the rest of the map. Hard random, they will get Dragon in response for it, but good first move coming through from INTZ.
Yeah, really nicely done. Hard random are able to take down a very early 4-minute Dragon. Or actually just a regular 4-minute Dragon. So it just means that it's early. Kira able to farm up these creeps underneath the turret. Toka's back to health as he's got a massive CS advantage. Loves eating these crescent slashes though.
Yeah, but that was thrown out at a very good time there from Kira. So that was more Kira's good intuition that he was going to get chunked out there. Does his best to avoid. Wow, chains
nice
land.
Chain. Nice chain. Toka's getting some extra damage down. Is able to clear out this minion wave as well. Nice last hitting underneath the turret. Nails himself a cannon creep. Revolta not able to find a scuttle crab, so instead wants to kill Kira, who doesn't have teleport but does have the flash still available.
Yeah, so as we see here, no vision currently on the jungler, just good intuitive play coming through from Kira. Looks like Revolta coming back here. It's a long time spent trying to camp out a Diana, who's incredibly tanky at this part. Went back and got a second ring, one for each hand, and that just... She's real tanky at this point.
Yeah, real tanky. Doesn't quite have the Negatron Cloak part of the Abyssal Scepter yet, which would really make things difficult, but most definitely going to have the health bar available.
But she's been kicked out of lane into jungle because of the camp coming through there.
They didn't even see the... Oh, they saw the Sejuani enter the brush, but nothing else. Riptide by Joxter not going to find Smurf there, but he's going to continue to get zoned away from CS. You can see Yang has been jungling a little bit, but now he's going to be able to pick up this whole wave.
Yeah, so able to push this one out and see whether he can get it done, as Demongo also takes some aggro from the creep.
Toka's tanking up every Q he can possibly find, as they're looking just to try and bait Kira in here as level 6 has been hit. There's the flash away though. Beautiful dredge line, gonna lock it down there for Tokas, and the second distortion nets a kill for him in the mid lane.
Yeah, Symphony comes in, however, for a gank onto Yang.
Yeah, but Yang
solo at the moment.
Not too bad. But Lex still getting some damage down on this turret. They deny almost a full creep wave under there. As INTZ, a lot of pressure here in the mid, and this is an advantage early on that INTZ didn't have in the last game, but still managed to take the victory. Hard random. They do have the dragons this time. They are going to have to make some moves in order to get themselves back into this one. Kira down by, my goodness, 15 CS in the mid lane. Has picked up a null magic mantle, but it is the Chalice of Harmony. Almost the Athene's Unholy Grail finished up for Tokas.
Yeah, Athene's a good pickup on LeBlanc at the moment. Gives her some survivability against all the AP damage coming out. Maokai, Zac, not to mention the Diana, Lulu. There is a lot of magical damage coming through. But also just the fact that you're going to be able to get some resets behind insta-giving people. And you get a lot of mana back during these team fights to be able to spam out multiple spell rotations.
And I like the term insta-give. Works well here in this particular game. Smurf. Oh, Mikau, that was the easiest spell shoot of your life. Not going to go for it, though.
Probably wants to dive, so he wants to save that.
May have given something away here, though. Symphony going to be spotted out by that ward from Jockster. And Smurf.
Now they're just going for the two-man dive.
Yeah, beautiful work. Revolta lands the knock up there with the Arctic Assault, and he gets stunned up to Symphony. Jockster takes so much damage. The passive is proc from the return of the Boomerang, but they're not going to be able to finish off the Bloblets. Demonko up here in the top lane. Revolta picks it up with the AoE Smite. Beautifully done. Macau tanking up the turret. And you're just nodding your head saying, yep, knew that was going to happen.
That is exactly why I actually stopped playing Zac, because all Gragas's take that smite as well, and it is just so frustrating to deal with. The dive coming through.
Yeah, Revolta actually gets ignited, though. He's going to fall down. Demonko picks up the 1-for-1 under the turret. Jockster almost dies, but is going to survive that. And INTZ, they do manage to get the 2 kills underneath the turret, but Demonko gets one back.
Yeah, so the support player grabs a kill. Not really a massive deal. They might also be able to grab a turret for themselves as Yang trying to give Kira a piece of his mind in the mid lane. Lex also coming through. So for those that were wondering how Symphony died so quickly, you see the AoE smite. You just wait for the Bloblets to nearly be on top of each other.
Yep.
And then just throw the AoE smite and actually one-shots them. And it's really frustrating.
Really frustrating and somewhat sad.
Well, unless you're the Sejuani player, in which case Revolta thinks it's absolutely hilarious that he can one-shot Zac's passive.
Yeah. No, he most certainly would, but I'm a bit sad. I feel like Zac deserves to have a passive that works.
As they go in the bot lane.
Yeah, on the hunt has been popped. Jockster level 4 here against the level 7. Lex the teleport coming through from one of these players on the side of Hard Random. Nice dredge line. Jockster flashes out of the way of the Crescent slashes. Kira's looking to try and close the gap. Luna Rush is available, but wants the reset on it as Demonko comes down. Spell Shield not going to work as Revolta's coming through. Level 6 is hit. He's got the Glacial Prison, but it's a beautiful quick draw to get Lex out of it. Kira going down solo. Macau picks up the kill. The flash from Revolta. Demonko flashes after Lex to try and give him the shield, but there's 4 members of INTZ here on the bottom side. Demonko dies. Lex gets chained. He's going to die as well. And INTZ now are able to transition to potentially a dragon here in 20 seconds.
20 seconds until
Almost
dragon
minutes again.
respawn, as Atlas is having a very hard time differentiating the
A hard time.
minutes.
Yeah, time is most definitely hard, Spawn. That is what I'm struggling with.
And Blue Steel actually coming away here from INTZ, and they're completely dominating this map. 7-1. Talkers is going berserk. 2-0-1. Revolta also having a very good jungle game on a late game.
100% kill participation.
Yeah, 3-1 and 4, doing a fantastic job. Absolutely whiffed the ultimate and proved that it's not the best part of Sejuani's kit, apparently.
Yep, don't even need it. No, 100% of kill participation, and I mean that in every single kill that's been taken down on this entire map.
Oh yeah, because he has the death as well.
Yeah, nailed it. Revolta making plays. Good and bad. Across this one. 1 CS is the advantage for Talkers here in the mid lane. Oh, Kira almost manages to land the Q to stop the back as Hard Random looking to try and take down this second dragon for themselves, and it looks like they'll get it.
Yeah, so against the, I guess, flow of the game, they're able to grab the second dragon for themselves. They will pick it up, so they've got a turret, they've got a couple of dragons as well. But the scaling really isn't kind of on their side with Sejuani as well as Siva just doing a lot of late game damage. They're going to struggle, I think, the later this one gets, so they need to start turning it around now if they have any hope in this one against INTZ.
Yeah, and Yang now going to go back, pick up the Cinder Hulk with the Skirmisher Saber as well. Lex, good luck to you being able to get rid of this Shyvana, because she has one job, and that is kill Graves.
Yeah, it certainly is, and just going to split push until Teleport is up every single fight. They make a beeline for the Graves on the back line and try and take him out. Really is up to how quickly Kira can kill one of these members, and he keeps missing the ultimate as there's a fight in the bottom lane, actually.
Yeah, they're looking for something here as Kira not actually going to engage just yet.
No, so Talkers used the ultimate to try and jump on top of him and just miss the whole spell reel. Kira returned the favor, and nothing happened either way.
Yeah, so maybe some glasses need to be purchased. There's the Elastic Slingshot from Symphony, looking for something as he smites Jockster and almost takes down the Titan's Wrath.
Yeah, the drive-by smite coming through there for Zac, but this turret will fall next wave, you think, as Talkers being stalked by Kira in long lanes. Oh,
Speaking of a difficult time, there's the ult. It lands this time, and Yang just going to fly on out. with the Dragon's Descent. Kira actually gets the passive down here on the bottom side of the map, as Tockers might need to be careful, but the turret falls down in top and in mid, and that's the whole outer ring down within a second.
Yeah, so able to pick up everything on the side for INTZ, and they're not done.
Yeah, there's Symphony with the Let's Bounce, but not going to find any kills. Yang very, very low at 2,500 health. Yep, makes sense. Okay, Spawn, don't look at me like that.
I didn't look at anyone. I'm just checking out a very one-sided matchup between INTZ and Hard Random, and the Brazilian team is really taking it to the CIS region.
Yeah.
Currently, they don't look like they have any answers apart from maybe a split pushing Diana, but even then, can't pick up the kills.
Yeah, and this is a very different experience here for Kira than he had in the first Diana game that he played. Looked very, very strong, was able to pick up all of the kills in the early stages of the game, but this time, just not looking like the same Diana.
Yeah, and they're falling steadily behind in every aspect. They've got the 2 dragons, so that will stall out at least a 5th dragon that you think would be inevitable the way this game's going for INTZ. Maybe a sneaky win condition if they can continue to secure a couple more, but it's just going to be so hard against what is an incredibly good team fighting squad.
Yeah, and Revolta's shown that he's fantastic on this Sejuani. Missed the first ultimate, but nailed the second one.
Point blank under a turret.
Yep, continues to have 100% kill participation here at the same time, and Revolta has shown that he is really the linchpin of this team, and he's had a great game. Oh, Yang may have been discovered by Kira here on the bottom side. Gets skirmished up, though. Demonko coming through. Yang answering back with so much damage. Another Lunar Rush to come down. Wild growth, but Yang just do some auto attacks. Use the ultimate, do something. But no, it's not going to be enough, and the 2v1 comes through successfully here for Hard Random. INTZ now trying to answer with a turret in the mid lane, potentially, but Lex not going to get dove this time around.
Smurf
and
is, though.
Looking
they
for
need
Smurf
to get away. They are able to pick up a kill, so that is fantastic news. Getting the mid laner going is only going to mean good thing. Kira able to pick that one up. Unfortunately now, Revolta not 100% part of kills.
Yeah, that's the saddest part. Not the fact that Yang died. That's fine. If it was Revolta that died, that would have been so much better here for the INTZ lineup. Distortion going to clear out some minions here as INTZ start the siege, but short range is the Sivir, and INTZ not going to be able to find the turret.
Yeah, so they bring all the members up here for Hard Random, looking to kick them off that turret. 5,000 gold, the current advantage at only 15 minutes through. Not really the ability to all-out turret dive yet, although in smaller fights we've seen that they're able to do so with a Revolta. Yang has respawned. He's picking up a red buff for himself, so going to be even further frustrating in these fights. Kira looking to pick up a blue, but needs to be careful. There are a whole lot of people heading his way.
Yeah, the whole INTZ lineup looking for this one. They had a ward on that as there's the ultimate to come down after the Arctic Assault. And look at all of this CC. The Moonfall tries to do something, but there's the depth charge. Kira flashes over the wall, but Distortion gonna grab it here for Tockers.
Yeah, so able to get the Summoner spell as well as the kill in the end. Tockers picking that one up 3-0 and 1. We've already seen how good his LeBlanc can be. Very strange that he was able to grab it in this matchup, and they're making Hard Random pay.
Yeah, and the Janaban biting Hard Random in the backside once again.
Yeah, really disagreed with that ban, as they even have some good damage coming through from Macau now, who's picked up an Infinity Edge boots too. They're rotating around the map nicely, trying to take down this turret.
Yeah, teleport to come through here, though, as Kira looking for something, gets onto Tockers, nice Moonfall, there's the wild growth, but Kira gets exhausted and destroyed. Lex looking for something, but there's the Dredgeline Jockster, able to land that one. Revolta flashes out of there, doesn't want to die again as Tockers lands the chain, the triple kill to come through from Macau. He's very low, but he wants more. Yang picks up Smurf, and Demonko, the last man standing.
Yeah, so they threw everything, including, I think, a kitchen sink in there at the INTZ lineup, and nothing died. They were just able to stand fast there. Tockers absorbed all of Diana's damage. The exhaust came through and they cleaned them up. Now a 10,000 gold advantage will be picked up. 10 seconds until the Dragon, so they can grab that on the way out if they want. Looks like they just want to recall and spend all of their sweet cash, but Hard Random now in a lot of trouble.
And Spawn, what do you build to mitigate the damage coming through from a kitchen sink? Because if that was thrown at them, I wouldn't know what to do.
Yeah, I don't know.
Wow. Well, look, maybe if they do it again, It might catch INTZ off guard.
There's even so much mixed damage coming through from the INTZ lineup. They've got Shyvana, who does very good magic damage, not only the LeBlanc, then all the AoE damage that comes through from Sivir, so you have to respect that. She's nearly even picked up a Phantom Dancer for herself at 17 minutes in. And they'll get the third dragon, maybe, although fight.
Yeah, there's the ult to come down from Revolta. The Dragon's descent comes through, but the Dragon is locked down by Hard Random. That's 3-0 at this stage, but Hard Random falling down so low so quickly. Kira makes his way into the fight. The Mimic may actually fall down as Distortion gets Tockers out of there. Macau picks up another kill. Yang just running fast for some reason. Riptide from Jockster doesn't land onto Lex, but lands the dredge line. Yang looks for something as Lex is just going to clear out some minion waves, and Riptide lands that time. Collateral damage, not going to take down the tanky Nautilus, and Yang picks himself up a kill. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, INTZ, they're taking down inner turrets.
Yeah, they take down a turret. They move into the top lane to probably grab a second as well. And that is going to be all of the outer turrets done by 18 minutes into this game, and they're trying to catch up to their old record. I think it just slips past now, so they won't be able to get it. But this looks to be another pretty quick game coming through from the Brazilians.
Yeah, very convincing so far in this game. Hard Random are going to have to pray for a miracle here if they want to get anything done, because 13,000 gold lead.
Even then, I don't even know if that's enough.
Yeah. A miracle's not enough?
No.
But isn't that why it's called a miracle?
That's what I'm trying to say, Atlas.
Oh my goodness. Well, Hard Random are praying for something. Maybe 3 miracles.
3 miracles.
Yeah, in a row. Well, it is definitely looking like bad news here for the CIS lineup, but of course, they're not out of it just yet. INTZ have to win 3 games. So Hard Random, maybe it's time to start thinking about what they do in the next game, just so that this doesn't demoralize them too much.
Yeah, certainly. Trying to get the communication open of what they want to pick, what they want to ban. LeBlanc seems to be a huge one. Do not let that get through. The rest of the lineup can... The rest of the lineup for INTZ is very impressive. Revolta especially, but he just plays everything, it looks like, from mid to late game. Lee Sin, I think they can sit on that ban. But Tockers on mid-game champions just seem to be so strong. I think that they could have just dealt with the Kog'Maw with more hard engage as they're trying to steal away a red buff here. And I think they could have dealt with the Kog'Maw with hard engage, but to give over a LeBlanc seems to be suicide.
Oh, Symphony just gets exploded. Macau, he's godlike now, hitting, I believe, 6 kills in a row. There's the on the hunt. Smurf actually going to try and twist and advance out. The ultimate lands onto just him, though. Wild Growth comes through the Christmas tree. He's going to fall as a legendary Macau comes through. Damonco gets stunned up a little bit, but Basegate's going to get him to safety, and I was wrong. That was 7 kills in a row, and Macau, he makes it 8.
Yeah, so able to pick up everything there with the INTZ lineup. They'll sweep out a couple of wards. Baron might be the call, but
yeah, there's a teleport.
For 33 seconds, it's going to fall down.
Yep, 33 seconds alive is the Baron as Yang, he's able to tank that one up. Revolta, he's going low, but Hard Random, they just don't have lots to offer as far as being able to counter this Baron.
Yeah, Symphony going to look to get a smite away, but Yang's 5 levels higher than him. Kira goes in.
Whoa, actually doing a lot of damage there to Tockers. Arctic Assault not going to be found here as Symphony tries to close the gap, but he's taking so much damage. Revolta ends up just using that Northern Winds to take down the Diana, and Damonco, you are most definitely dead. Smurf, he picks up a kill with a twisted advance onto the tanky Shyvana, but he's going to have to trade his life for it as Tockers comes through. The ace is secured by Macau. Baron buff on the Brazilian lineup. They'll break the base and maybe even the Nexus.
Yeah, looking to get the first inhibitor, or at least, Atlas. I don't think it'll be the game. It's only 21.5 minutes in.
Yeah, and it's only a 17,000 gold lead.
Death time is very short.
My goodness.
What does gold lead have to do with being able to take the game?
Well, because you've got more items.
Yeah, I know, but... Oh, teleport coming through, actually, for Diana, looking for something. Maybe just the creep wave.
Not sure.
No.
Just looking to try and pick up some exit frags on the back of this one. But isn't going to get anything, as Empowered Recall is going to allow INTZ to escape this one. They get back and fill up their inventories with all sorts of items. This is a 3-item Sivir. The 3 best items you can possibly have at this stage of the game for doing consistent DPS
for
against the Graves. Yeah, that's true. Against the Graves with not even a static Shiv and an Infinity Edge just yet.
Yeah, so absolutely going berserk. 4,000 gold, the difference between the AD carries. Across the Rift, there's just huge gold leads everywhere. Junglers as well. That's nearly a 5,000 gold lead coming through for Revolta, who's been instrumental in a lot of his team's wins.
Oh, yeah. Most definitely.
Just hard random. They need to go back to the drawing board and find what they made successful the first time these teams met, as Tokka's going in deep just for a warning shot.
A cheeky Sigil of Malice onto Lex there, but not going to die from that one. As INTZ now going to turn their attention here to the bottom side. The Baron buff still running on this lineup, and Revolta very, very tanky. Kira trying to clear out these minion waves, of course, is melee, so it's going to be very difficult for this team to actually take down this siege minion in the back line. Yeah,
it's going to be impossible for them to get to that one. Graves also not the greatest range, and Symphony, he's looking for an engage.
Yeah, Elastic Slingshot there. He doesn't have
any health.
Half of his health bar, so maybe a poor decision as chains land onto Kira. He's going to get exploded. Wild Growth tries to help him survive, but Yang picks up the kill. Symphony now trying to tank up, is going to be flashing out of there as Yang, a huge dragon here in the back line, as there's another brilliant ult to come through from Revolta. Not going to net the kills just yet as Lex falls down. I believe that might have been even a Ricochet that took that one out, and the Nexus turrets, they're falling 24 minutes into this game, and INTZ, they're taking down the Nexus. Beautiful play this time around, and man, the Brazilians are looking brilliant.
They certainly are. Finally, they're able to take Tokka's out by pushing him into the fountain. Yep, fountain laser. Very strong at that point.
Pretty good.
But wow, 2-0 now for INTZ, and now they look unstoppable.
They do. They most certainly look unstoppable. I understand your speechlessness because...
Well, there's just not much to say about that game. They're outclassing them in lanes. The early focus around getting like good leads is coming through. Hard Random definitely tried something with the Dragons there. They were pushing in very well on the bottom lane turret, but things just started falling down all around the map. Lots of it to do with that Sejuani being able to turret dive so early.
Yeah, and a lot of the story about this this matchup is the fact that Symphony just not quite looking as impactful as Revolta is. Revolta really dictating the pace of this game, and Hard Random, they looked a whole lot better in game one because Revolta was set behind, but even then, after that stage, was able to move around the map quite well and get things going for his team.
Yeah, well, it was just two different kinds of lineup. Realistically, INTZ have won both games in very convincing fashion because they've been playing to their strengths. Game one, unless it was like one of those freaky thing where they got another triple kill on maybe their Cogmore or something, they were never going to win at the 23-minute mark because it was a poke siege comp that they needed 3 items on their main carries to get going. So the time that they won it in was very impressive for the lineup they put together. This time round, they had a LeBlanc. They had a Siva, very mid-game focused champion. So the fact that they rolled over it in 24 minutes, just as impressive to me as game one, because both times they've executed their game plan flawlessly.
Well, let's have a look at this execution as we do have a replay.
Yeah, so as we come through here, this is one of the first turret dives, and you can see on your mini-map there are 3 members versus 2, so you think if this is going to be a dive, it actually might be in Hard Random's favor. As we roll this one out, they engage extremely heavy onto Smurf and get Symphony to commit, and all of a sudden they just turn around and use all their damage on him. From here you think Zac passive, really good, probably not going to fall, but Revolta, extremely patient, waits for all the blobs to come together, and then picks up the smite on all 4 pieces because it's an AoE smite and picks up a kill.
Sad. So sad. Boomerang went across Smurf then as well. They got some damage back, but in the end it was just really sad kill.
Yeah, so Revolta, just an incredibly smart player. Patient to wait that one out, didn't panic on anything, told his team to back away. There was no way one of them was going to fall down. It was a 1v3 at that point. Goes in, cheeky smite, gets out on Sejuani, and that started the entirety of the snowball.
Yeah, well, they'd already picked up a couple of kills, but you're exactly right. This allowed them to get that dive happening. They then moved forward, picked up some turrets around the map as well, and by then the global gold lead was just too huge.
Yeah, the global gold lead got massive, and in the end it just led to all these huge items coming through on already mid-game focused carries, and I think you just have to run a mid-game hard engage comp with these guys and try and continually fight them.
Yeah, well, Hard Random need to definitely do something. But ladies and gentlemen, Game 3 is going to be coming up very soon. And we'll see whether Hard Random can bring us to a potential Game 4.